I think we're live. Are we live? Can I go? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It's your boy Proto, and today, Proto is what some people used to call me, the Good Raider. And today's topic: can the Raiders defense be top 10? A Raider player believes so, and we are gonna talk about that today because you know what? I'm not so sure he's wrong. So, can the Raiders be a top
Generals win the
10
war, but
defense?
the politicos, the politicians make the peace.
Yo, Vente, what up?
We have an environment here that when a player leaves here, we can shake hands and say, we won't forget you. You be proud that you wore the patch, you wore the silver and black, and that you played for the greatest organization in professional sports.
The greatest football organization in all of sports.
Where's my mic at? Right here?
In all of sports. Don't mind that. We're going to get to that one later. How we doing today, my people? How we doing? They will be 12 to 11. Okay. And Vente's like, I'm just going to hop right in here and just get this thing started. Ain't nobody wasting no time, and I got my fries, so you know I'm ready to go. So, that is the topic. A Raider player said, you know what? I'm feeling generous. We're gonna let him talk. We're gonna let him talk.
You know, I'm really high on the defense, man. So you know, no pressure. Don't let me down. But I'm really high on the defense. You got, like I was just telling Amber, I feel like it's the best linebacker core in the business. Not just because you're standing here, but you got two dudes that can cover, go sideline for sideline, and come down here and smack stuff.
For sure.
You know, and then not only that, you add, you know, Quinny.
He's right. Right. We do have two linebackers now. That can go sideline and come down and smack stuff. He's right.
And obviously 98, you know, Maxx Crosby up there at front. So just tell us what's the expectations of this defense, man. I feel like this defense has a chance to be a top 10 defense.
For sure.
I mean, if y'all handle y'all business and stay healthy.
It definitely, exactly what you just said. Top down, man, we just got a certain standard that we're trying to uphold, especially with us coming in, trying to change the culture and get it back to the Raider way, and play ball the way it should be played. You know what I'm saying? That's no offense to anybody who came before us, but we're just trying to change the
Raider Nation is sitting there going, no. Offend the people that came before you. Offend them. They were bad. No, they weren't. Patrick Graham wasn't too bad. Last year was bad, but Patrick Graham wasn't too bad.
culture here, especially on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of teams, I feel like, organizations, however you want to put it, they're getting away from just believing that a defense can actually win championships. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just so much focused on the offense. It's an offensive league, and I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? You can't score points.
You know what's crazy about that statement? That defense can win championships? The first time I heard that statement was actually the last Raiders Super Bowl. That's when the idea of defense winning championship started coming up. And then it really got big when the Ravens with Ray Lewis won the Super Bowl. And that was like a really big, like, oh yeah, this was a defense won the championships. And the statement, offenses win games, but defenses wins championships became a thing. Early to late 2000s, that's when that idea started popping up as a concept. Early to late 2000s is also Michael Vick era. So, don't know if he has something to do with it. He did.
You can't win, but if you can't stop nobody, you can't win either.
True fact.
So just trying to get to that point, man, and just continue to put it together. Although you look on paper, we got some great names, and we know what we uphold, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So, you know, something we...
I want to go hear his answer again, just in case we missed anything. Let me turn it down just a bit.
Expectations of this defense, man. I feel like this defense has a chance to be a top 10 defense.
For sure.
I mean, if y'all handle y'all business and stay healthy.
It definitely.
If you handle your business, okay.
Top down, man.
Here's the thing, chat, for anyone watching, Nation. What would it take for this Raiders defense to not handle their business? What would that take? Right? Barring injury. If they don't handle their business, what would have to go wrong? That's the thing. That's why it's so hard to say they're not going to be top 10. It's like there's only one legitimate hole, and that's a second cornerback. Like that's like a legitimate, like we don't really know who's gonna go there. We will talk more about that after we hear this message again. But that's the only area where it's like, yeah, they just kind of kept going there and going there and going there. But I feel like, yeah, I think top 10 is realistic. I really do. Let's keep going.
We just got a certain standard that we're trying to upheld, especially with us coming in, trying to change the culture and get it back to the Raider way and play ball the way it should be played. You know what I'm saying? That no offense to anybody who came before us, but we're just trying to change the culture here, especially on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of teams, I feel like, organizations, however you want to put it, they're getting away from just believing that a defense can actually win championships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody just so much focused on the offense. It's an offensive league. And
yeah. Sorry, give me a second. I'll go back a bit.
Defense can actually win championships. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just so the culture here, especially on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of teams, I feel like, organizations, however you want to put it, they're getting away from just believing that a defense can actually win championships. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just so much focused on the offense. It's an offensive league, and I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? You can't score points, you can't win, but if you can't stop nobody, you can't win either.
True fact.
So just trying to get to that point, man, and just keep on continue to put it together. Although you look on paper, we got some great names, and we know what we uphold, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So, you know, it's the only thing we can stick to.
And that's the thing, right? And I've said it before. What we're seeing right now from this defense, on paper, looks really good. All right.
Maxx Crosby.
Let's see this one. This is DraftKings, guys. Okay.
Maxx Crosby. We've talked about this a bunch since Jerry had his whole deal about the Oregon Trail and, you know, burning wagons and losing a couple weeks. And
Yo, Red Forest, my man. What up, what up, what up? Who did edit? I do all of my own edits.
people kind of...
But now, I ain't got the funds to... I do have plans to hire somebody for that. But for now, just me, myself, and I. Every video. Shorts, longs, all of it. But I do it because every time I'm here, Vente shows up. And every time I'm here, within 10 minutes, somebody else shows up. And then a couple more people show up. Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. We're good. This is all good. There shall be no vulgarism up in here. I have a 2-year-old literally right outside the door. You can hear him. You can hear his voice, and he's about to go to bed. And yeah, Daddy will not disappoint. So welcome in, welcome in. It is all good vibes here. But don't worry, it's not just because it's good vibes doesn't mean that we're always just chill. No, we have fun. This is gonna be good, and the season hasn't even started yet. Everything we're doing now is just preliminary to what's coming, and I'm very excited for this season. So, yeah, you will have no issues like that with me. We are completely family friendly, all the way up to teenager. You know, if I said the S word like shit, that you know, you'll see. I'll drop you a couple of those. But yeah, we are all good. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Let's keep hearing this because I do. Yeah, this
burning
is
wagons and losing a couple weeks, and people kind of immediately associated that with, hey, maybe Jerry's going to trade for Maxx Crosby. We don't know how that situation is there, but
Jerry is going to trade for Maxx Crosby. I actually did hear that last week. This one's not like a joke. There was a thing that because Jerry Jones mentioned that 2 questions. No. You wait for you wait for me to ask you the questions. Question number 1. Who is Ray Flores? That is a question. Have I ever played football? Yes. High school. Did I coach? No. I did. No. I'm more growing up, the one thing about football no one ever really told you, actually about sports in general, people tell you like sports is cool and sports is great. People don't like tell you that if sports doesn't just mean playing, like you can also become a coach, you can become you can become all of this. You have to discover all those things yourself. When I was growing up, now I'm pretty sure there's a lot more of that, but growing up, like no one was telling you all of that. You just have to figure it out. So what I figured out with football is I love talking about football and I like making videos, and those 2 things go well for me. So all of my thing is cerebral. Could I coach? Yeah, I can coach. I'm 41 years old. If I went into coaching right now, I wouldn't do it. But if I went into coaching right now, I would start at the high school level and then maybe get into a low level college. But no, I'm not interested in coaching because I like making videos. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue.
Maybe Jerry's going to trade for Maxx Crosby. We don't know.
Hey, Ray Flores, if you're trying to hint at something that I should be a part of, that I should look into, go ahead, let me know. I'm always open to see what somebody wants to throw my way because I am looking for opportunities and sponsors and more people to do this with. But trust me, my standards is so high. Yeah, I don't mess around. Whoa. I didn't even hear you say that. Good, Vente. We might trade him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I keep telling people that what are the chances that we'll trade Maxx Crosby? Probably 0, but it's again like we've done it before. So if we do it again, is that we're gonna be surprised? No, we're not gonna be surprised if we do it again. Because if we do it again, we would know the reason why, right? We've done it before. So are we going to trade Maxx Crosby? I don't think we're going to trade him because at this point, he makes the defense a top 10 unit defense, right? Would you agree with that, Vente, that without Maxx Crosby, we would not be a top 10 defense? I think that's pretty clearly the case, that we would not be a top 10 defense without Maxx Crosby. And even with Maxx Crosby, it doesn't mean we will be a top 10 defense, but we are much closer to a top 10 defense with Maxx Crosby. So without Maxx Crosby, I don't know if that's the case. But if we trade him, guess what? I'm gonna say we did it before. So the coaches have a plan if they trade him. But I do not think that's coming. We haven't seen half the guys on the field yet. And we are gonna talk about the guys. We are so gonna talk about the guys. We're gonna be here probably tonight till around 9:30. I can pretty much almost say that. So buckle in, it is gonna be a very fun ride. And if you're still here, Ray Flores, let me know. I did answer all of your questions, but you know me. I would never give you a straight answer because I need you to know who I am. I need you to know the passion. I need you to know where the thoughts are coming from. We don't do no yes or no's and this and that. Unless you got a lot of zeros to give. Then we might compromise on yes or no's. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it. Okay, if you're still in the chat, hit the like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help the channel get to monetization. This channel just started, but we're already past 400. So we need 600 more to get the 1,000 hit, and then we got to get more watch hours. But don't worry, the watch hours will come because the more people will get here, the more watch hours we'll have, and the better the content continues to get, the more people will have. So we'll keep going.
Oh, how that situation is there. But you think that the Bears might be in play?
The Bears?
Well, here's how I assess the Maxx Crosby situation. Have you noticed he's talking about how happy he is back in Vegas? He wants to be a Raider. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. This is what he wants to do. And he was the one really that jump-started all that talk and all the movement that wound up with him being traded to Baltimore.
Okay. Before he finishes that thought, that's a good breakdown. The thing with Maxx is he kind of is the one that generates the conversation both directions, because that's just kind of his personality. Because he'll let you know he has a show where he reveals all truths. So if Maxx gets traded, it's because he initiated it. If Maxx wants to stay, it's because he initiated it. That's kind of just Maxx. So love him or hate him, that's just Maxx, right?
Baltimore before he didn't pass the physical and the trade was voided. So I do think right now Maxx Crosby is in Vegas. I do think that that's their plan right now. But here's where I think it gets interesting. Do I think Maxx Crosby is going to be traded this summer? That would surprise me. Anything's always possible in this league. We'll have to see. I don't think that that's the time frame. I think he's there, and they're going to play with him and use him, and he's the face of the franchise, one of the faces of the franchise, and beloved down in Vegas, as he should be, for all the effort.
Okay, little hiccup he made.
For an energy that he's brought to that team.
He did the thing that is right, so we should point out. He said Maxx is the face of the franchise, and then he said one of the faces of the franchise. Okay. Because, of course, as of this year, Maxx Crosby went from the face of the franchise to just one of the face of the franchise. Honestly, I feel like Maxx got humbled. Brother, that is such a word to come in, because I agree without even finishing reading that, but I'm going to finish reading it. Honestly, I feel like Maxx got humbled on how other teams don't treat their players as good as we do, including alumni. That's one of the staples of the Raiders. We treat our players well, from the fan right down to the owner. We just have a lot of love and respect for our players, and we've always done so. With that being said, if someone gave us an offer we can't refuse, we're probably going to take it. Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's just like, well, guys, again, they've traded him before, so I don't know why they give me what's your offer? We're starting with 2 1s. Now that you know the knee's okay, we're definitely starting with 2 1s, right? Because that's the thing, right? If the knee was the issue with the Ravens, well, he's fine now. So the trading offer, we are definitely not starting the conversation unless you've got 2 1s. Don't even come to the barbecue unless you show up, Jerry Jones. We gonna hold you up at the gate, the Las Vegas gate entry. We're gonna stop you right in the airport. Do you got 2 1s with you? Signed, sealed, delivered? That's a starting conversation. That's where we're starting the conversation. That's just it. So that does give us that again, right?
But here's where I think it could change in time. Nobody's going to say it now. But what if the Raiders are not winning regularly? What if the Raiders are 1-5, 2-6, and we're coming up to the trade deadline?
All right, chat, let me hear it. That's a great question. Okay, first of all, how many people in Raider Nation think the Raiders will be 1-5 or 1-6? Because we got to get over that question first. If we are 1-6, what is the mood like for Raider Nation? I've already said what my mood would be like, to the chagrin of some people, but this coming year, traded for losing. This coming year, I'm not looking at records. I'm looking at the team and how the team is functioning as a unit. I'm looking at what's happening with Fernando Mendoza, with Kirk Cousins. I'm looking at the next 5 years of the Raiders and saying, who's going to be here 3 years from now? Who needs to go right now? Who do we need to draft to complete this process? Because this team is ready to go. So even if we were 1-6, trust me, chat, I would not be panicking, because next year isn't my goal. But that being said, with the defense that we have now, I don't believe we're going to be 1-6, or even 1-5 for that matter. But what if we are? Do we trade Maxx then? Because I think the answer for me there is yes. We're 1-5. Jerry Jones is like, I got the 2s. I'm at the airport. They won't let me in. Security won't let me in. I told them I'm Jerry Jones. They just said we don't care. And Mark Davis is gonna go in and call some people. Okay, let him in. He's got 2 firsts with them. Okay, that's a start. And now give us a starting caliber player. Right? I mean, I'll take a receiver too. CD, they're not gonna trade CeeDee Lamb, but Perkins, maybe. I don't even want Perkins, but I'll take 2 firsts and a Perkins. No, that's too greedy. I'll take a first and a Perkins. No. Perkins is gonna not like that. I don't want Perkins. 2 firsts and a starting caliber player. What say you, chat? Because here's the thing: even if I'm 1-5, I'm so pissed off now at the Ravens. I'm so pissed off at them because they ruined my plan that I'm gonna say Maxx is not only fine, his knee is great. You need to give me 2 firsts and a starting caliber player. That's it. Or you need to give me 2 firsts and a second because I'm just pissed now. You ruined our entire offseason plan because you didn't believe us that his knee was fine. So now we're gonna ask for a little tax on that. It's called the Las Vegas tax. They're only gonna get two firsts, if anything. But I'm gonna apply the Las Vegas tax. You know what I mean? The Godfather tax. You know the Godfather tax? The Godfather tax, you know. They wake up. Well, keep it PG, but everyone's seen Godfather. You know what I mean. I don't even know what the parallel to that would be. Jerry Jones wakes up and there's a picture of his favorite painting. Just like Jerry Jones is like, oh no. That'd be so funny. Oh man, Mark Davis just rolls up. That's the biggest tax. Get out of here. Let's go on, man. Let's go on.
In the first week in November. And there's a team out there that could use a pass rusher. And Maxx
is... we need to make that a thing, the Godfather. Someone's going to get the wrong idea about that. It's going to just be, it's going to be a mess.
This week in November. And there's a team out there that could use a pass rusher, and Maxx is playing at the level that we think he can.
Exactly, because at that point, you're looking at the Cowboys, you're looking at the Bills, that will still think the Bills are still making a push. If we're 1-5, 1-6, and the Bills are 6-1, and they're just like, man, we got to get more pressure. Are they willing to give up 2 firsts? Yeah, I think they are. Here's the crazy thing. Somebody might even say, why not just hope we are 1-6 and just do actually trade Maxx and just get 2 firsts? Wouldn't that be crazy? We're 1-5. We're like, oh no, panic, we trade Maxx, and then we go on a 6-game winning streak. What? That is called the rate of magic. Look, trade Maxx, don't trade Maxx. We'll find out at the end of the season. I really do. I think on that front, I'm gonna let them finish, but I think that conversation for me is over. I think at this point the conversation keeps dragging on because people want it to keep dragging on because Maxx is a name that generates money, right? Maxx does music. Maxx does this. Maxx shows up at UFC. Maxx shows up with the president. Maxx, wherever Maxx goes, there's money, right? By talking about him, so they're gonna do it. Cool.
High level. I think that's when the trade potentially could come back into play. And I think that's when it might be time to start paying attention. Now, maybe I'm going to be surprised and they trade in the summer, but that's not what I'm expecting. It's not what I'm hearing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not what I'm expecting. It's not what I'm hearing. And Vanta can back this up because you know me. I keep it truthful. If they're competing, I don't think they will give a player. Oh, well, it depends on where they're competing at. Because remember, what's their name? The Rams got Myles Garrett and they gave up Jared Verse. It wasn't the offseason, but again, if a team is like, look, we have a defensive end. We just need somebody who can give us more pressure. We'll give you that guy. Is a starting caliber player. We'll give you that guy plus 2 firsts. Well, I think something like that would work. I think something like that would work. Because that's basically what the Rams did, right? Because Jared Verse is a Pro Bowl level edge. It's just Myles Garrett is the defensive player of the year, right? Yeah. Yeah, not in the middle, not likely in the middle of the season. But again, if it's a given end who is not performing up to caliber, to get one that is performing up to caliber, to give you that one extra push, I would 100% do that as a GM. And if somebody wants to hire me as a GM, yeah, that is a move that I would call. I would absolutely do that. I would say, give us Maxx. We're shooting playoffs. We have an edge here. He's a starting caliber edge, but he's not really enough for us. You get him, we get Maxx. Perfect. Yeah, that is a trade that I would make in a heartbeat, and I'm pretty sure John Spatak would take a trade like that. Dante Thornton working as a gunner for the punt team. I don't like it. I don't like it. Here's why I don't like this. It's too tall for that, man. No, the man's 6'5". He doesn't want to tackle people. Don't make him go tackle people. But if he's doing this, again, guys, I'm nervous for Dante. That is not necessarily loud. I'm nervous for Dante Thornton because I'm not sure what he's gonna do, man. I don't know what he's gonna do on this team. You feel me? Broskis, but bro might not make it, broski. Bro might not make it. We might just be like, bro, you're tall, you're fast, but this ain't your game. You know? She looks like with basketball. Yeah, we'll see. Demo, let me know what do you think on Dante Thornton? What are your thoughts on that? You and I haven't had a conversation before, so now that you're here, I shall put the spotlight upon your face. Answer me. What do you think on Dante Thornton? If anybody else is hiding incognito, answer the question as well and reveal your face. We would like to say hello. If you have not hit the like, subscribe, please do so. It helps the channel. Assistant head coach Mike McCoy said Jamar McCoy, by the way, Jamar McCoy apparently got dropped today by Mike Washington. Like, people were like, yo, he got straight up dropped. Which, by the way, just because somebody's out there being like, whoa, a running back trucking a cornerback is so anticlimactic, nobody cares. Why? Because running backs are like 5 inches shorter than corners. Mike Washington is like 5'6". He gets really low. How do I know this? For the guy who was asking me if I played football. Yes, I play high school football and I play safety. At the time I weighed around 160, 170. I was around 5'10", and a running back who was clearly a lot shorter than I am. The dude was like 5'4", came at me. I got him down, but I fell backwards. He's too short. I can't get low enough. So no, if you hear Mike Washington trucking Jamar McCoy, it means zero, absolutely nothing at all. But good for Mike Washington. They're bringing McCoy along slowly. As a matter of fact, I would prefer that you not truck McCoy. The reason why is a training camp. Like, look, we know he's doing the thing with his knees, right? And we didn't draft McCoy, especially with a bum knee, to be as that physical in training with a bum knee. We kind of need that need to be realistic. And McCoy's in open field. McCoy is going to the best he can do against Mike Washington is just to bring him down. That is the best he can do. So. Day 7 takeaway. Kirk Cousins finds Jalen Naylor and Brock Bauer for the deep touchdown to keep them to start 10 period. Yo, Demo, you didn't answer the question. I think you gonzo. If you're still here, let me know, my boy. Brock Bauer dominates, always does. Catches 3 straight passes during one portion of practice. Okay, here's the thing about people dominating. Here's why this is so cool. There's dominating and there's like consistently dominating to where it's just like, okay, yeah, no, that's dominating. If you're able to bring down 3 passes in one portion of practice, that means you're getting open. Including making a really good finger catch. I'll tell you one person who does not have any butterfingers is Brock Bauer. I don't think that man's ever eaten any butter in his life because he's like, nope, we're not touching nothing with his hands. They got to be able to grip catching the ball like this. No butter for him. No butter. If I ever met him, I'm gonna ask him, do you eat butter? Do you ever just touch your hand with butter? Ladies and gentlemen, we continue. Our defense comes away with 2 interceptions from Darian Porter and Bobby Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, Darian Porter will not, I repeat, Darian Porter will not go quietly into the night. He will not. I've been waiting for Darian Porter to show his face, to reveal that he's still competing. My man said, nope, I'm still here. Ezekiel, what? So Darian Porter gets an interception. It's a good, let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Speaking of Darian Porter. The way I just said his name, somebody's like, oh no, we know exactly what he's referencing. We're too good at this. All right, let's see what magic Darian Porter is gonna give us. If you know, you know. Yo, some jokes just tell themselves, and when they do, it's a beautiful thing. All right, let's see what type of Patronus. Okay, nope, that's gotta be an episode. What type of Patronus would this Raider player have? That has got to be an episode. I'm sorry, that has got to be an episode. If I ever do player interviews, that's gonna be a question. What will your Patronus be? If you don't know what a Patronus is, look, it's Harry Potter. That would be so cool. To ask players, what would your Patronus be? Oh, so cool. Let's see our boy in action. Yeah, that was pretty normal. There was a video of him breaking up a pass. I don't know if let me see if I can find it. Hey, some trolls from Fernando made it to their training camp. Let's see if we can spot any chink in the armor. Dude, I bet you haters, like Raider haters, Fernando Mendoza haters, are like watching a video like this, like carefully, like, ooh, look at his toes, look at his fingers. He sucks. He's a bust. The spiral wasn't good enough. He's a bust. Oh, yo, check this out, man. Pick the mountain. Just peek the mountain in the back. The low res mountain. I mean, the mountains are much more beautiful in real person, but you know, nice and low res for you right there. Look, it's a chopper! Yes, there's literally a chopper right there. It's a chopper. I didn't make it up, it's right there. Chopper, it was a chopper right there. Who's number 50? Better yet, who is Mr. Abs over here? I love it when players just look super random for no reason. Like, my man's just like, someone take a picture. Can we count his abs? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he got 4 packs. Hey, he's living them wide open. Might as well count them, right? Okay. Let's see. Any? Yeah, that looks normal. I love the obsession, though. I do love the obsession. Let me mute some things real quick so we can just focus on the Raiders here. Whoever Whoever in my way, it's bad for you. Shit. Okay. Ignore the English. It's fine. It's fine. You know what he's saying? If someone gets in my way, they're gone. We're gonna hit him with the ludicrous. Move! I can't say it because we gotta be PG-13. Dude, 13-year-olds said the word Yach? It's not even a question. Are there 13-year-olds out there just calling everybody the B word everywhere? I don't know, but we won't say it. Who's ever in my way, it's bad for you. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna... Guys, I don't think they said this. I just don't feel like they said this. I'm gonna make this thing pay. Okay, so here's the thing. We are going to have a really good 1-2 punch between Mike Washington and Ashton Jeanty. And we've said it before, it is because they both have two different play styles. Jeanty is a legitimate workhorse. There are several types of workhorses, and they all have a different style of running. And I've said it before, if you're looking at a good comp for Jeanty, think of Emmitt Smith. I think it still works. Mike Washington is different. I don't really have a comp for Mike Washington because guys like Mike Washington are rarely like Hall of Fame talent because he's not very shifty. He just has really good straight line speed. Who is the best straight line speed running back in history? Just straight up downhill. Jerome Bettis? You think Jerome Bettis? Oh, he might be. I'm gonna look at a couple people. Let's look at, because I'm curious about this. Who is the best straight line speed downhill running back? I have two names come to mind: Eddie George and Jerome Bettis. I used to call him Jerome Fat Ass. I'm not kidding. I did in high school. I really did. I really, really, really did. You can talk to my friend Brandon and he will tell you I used to call him Jerome Fat Ass because he was so big. And he kept getting bigger and bigger. Beast mode? I like you, Venture, but I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree because I think Beast mode had a lot of shiftiness. Maybe... Yeah, he would. Okay, you know what? No. Yeah, he did have shiftiness, but he's close. Let me see Jerome Bettis real quick. I feel like... Okay, yeah. Welcome back, Demo. When you can respond, do so. Because if you still remember the question. I want to try Jerome Bettis because, one, it's possible Mike Washington is more shifty than I'm giving him credit for. And once he gets into the league, he's going to figure out some of that shiftiness. And Marshawn Lynch was a really good downhill runner. So, no, I do think you're right because now that I'm thinking about it, I do, in fact, think Jerome Bettis is more like a Marshawn Lynch. Because the thing with Mike Washington is, let me get back to that question for you real quick, Demo. Let me see if I can remember. I don't remember either. I thought it was a question based on chat, but I think I just came up with it from the top of my stupid little mind. That's got so many brilliant things to say about so many things. One of them being Jerome Fat Ass. Let's watch him run real quick.
Or is he just thick? I'd say thick. I don't want to insult Jerome Bettis. I'll call him thick.
Yeah. See, okay. So Jerome Bettis does definitely have like just straight up downhill running. One hole. Yeah, okay. I think we're getting a little bit closer because this is kind of what I'm talking about.
You don't think of a bus being round and rolling.
See how big he is? My God, Jerome Bettis was so damn big. Yeah, okay. This is Mike Washington running. This is more Mike Washington running. And we're gonna watch Mike Washington's video, right? But what I mean by downhill is you need one cut, and then you're basically gonna rumble your way till the defense can take you down because you're so big that they're just gonna struggle to take you down. Derrick Henry isn't super shifty, right? He's gonna find one hole, hit that hole, he's gonna close up, and then he's gonna rumble and bumble his way to 80 yards. And like every now and then, it's just straight open field for him. But generally speaking, it's the bowling ball effect. They're just gonna because it's gonna take 10 yards just to get them down because they're so huge.
This is where your mom dropped you off so that you can go play soccer. And then like Jerome Bettis is driving it. And you're like, hi Jerome, good to see you today. And he's like, oh, good
Yeah,
to see you.
and then you're just like, you can't even toe tackle, you can't even shoe tackle him because he's so big up top. His shoelaces isn't strong enough to trip him up. I mean, the guy can run barefoot and he'll still be fine.
Okay, so his nickname didn't scare everyone, but his size did. 260 pounds on a 5'10".
Yeah, this is a Mike. Oh, okay, this is great because this is Brian Urlacher. This is one of my favorite linebackers of all time. Brian Urlacher was a. But this is everything I've been saying about football and size. It's like no matter how much you want to get away from this, size is just going to be a thing that you just cannot get away from. Brian Urlacher is a Hall of Fame tackler, one of the best tacklers in the world. Guess what? Jerome Bettis is so huge. The only thing you can do is just fall backwards. Just get him down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's just impossible to tackle.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't need to be shifty because he's just impossible to tackle. Let's look at Mike Washington. I don't think Mike Washington is as good because he's not as big, right? Oh, exactly. Oh, dude, watching guys like Jerome Bettis play was so frustrating. If you were not a Steelers fan, it was so you couldn't tackle the dude. Mike Washington. Okay, so granted, things might have changed a bit in terms of the way offenses run, but his game plan, you'll see it probably in his first play. It should just be one step, go, done. Looking for hole, got it. Boom. That's it. Okay. Let's do that again. And this is where he's gonna falter just a bit, right? At this point, he should have kind of made a quick stop so he can better see this hole and hit it better. But he doesn't have good stop and go movement because he doesn't plant his feet well enough. So he's gonna kind of round everything into this. This should have been a breakaway, but it's not because he didn't get enough stop. There's so many ways here for you to go. Janty will have turned this into like a 30-yard run. Because Janty will have slowed down right here, taking his time, look for another hole, and then shoot out. Mike Washington can't do that because it's not shifty enough for that. So he's just going to look for one hole and book it. There it is, 1, 2, 3. See? Completely around it, one hole, that's all he wants, right? I'll keep looking to see if he gives him some shifting. There is a play where he tried to be shifty, and you'll see what I mean when that play comes. If we can get a play like that from him, a touchdown like that, a game, I'd be happy with that. Oh, but there you go. This was a good run because this took a lot of effort. You see how his movements, his side to side is not very sharp. But for this, he was able to kind of rumble his way to arm tackle, and he's good. He'll do that because he'll break those. He's big enough for that. Right? I think he might be almost as big as Derrick. No, he's not as big as Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is taller. Like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was also really good. Josh Jacobs actually reminds me more of a Marshawn Lynch. Really good downhill, but also really shifty. He can do multiple side-to-side movements. You're going to see in a second what I mean by Mike Washington not having that type of skill. Again, he's still young, so he could develop it. See this here? Nah, too much rounding. He should have gone straight up here. Should have gone straight up here. One cut. Where's your cut? Watch right here. Watch this. No, not this, not that. Ah!
10 now for Taylor Green. And the Arkansas offense running room for Mike Washington. Quick straight. And heads for the end zone.
I love this. I love the one cut go. I'm telling you, this is why this is so good. Because imagine Genty wearing down an entire team for 3 quarters, and in the 4th quarter you bring in Mike Washington. You're like, it's like 2nd and 5. We are on our side 10 on the 10-yard line on our side of the ball. We're on the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5. We're trying to get a first down just so we can kind of reset this whole thing. We bring in Mike Washington, and boom, it breaks one away for 50 yards. That's the game plan for Mike Washington. It's gonna be, we need 5 yards. Give us one cut, slam downhill. Because at your size, you can take out a linebacker at your size and get us at least 5 yards. That's the game plan. But if it's 4th quarter, 3 minutes left in the game, 2nd and 5 on our 10, we're just trying to get a first down. The defense is tired. Mike Washington gets one cut. The O-line blocks well. Boom, that's 50 yards. Exactly. Yeah. Demo just said it. This is what Gooden was good at. Yeah. And we had guys like Zach Crockett to do it back then too. But that is the game plan for Mike Washington. And I think a few times it's going to work. As a matter of fact, one of the things that's going to show us pretty quickly how good the Raiders offense could be is how effective is Mike Washington going to be when he comes on the field. Because if he's coming onto the field, there's 2 things. We're trying to give Genty a rest because Genty's running amok and just needs a breather. Oh, Genty's not really working now, so we're gonna kind of put Mike Washington in just a bit to kind of see what the defense gives us at that point. Best case scenario is we need to shake it up just a bit, Mike. We need the first down. We got to reset. Genty's tired. Let's get in and let's get 5 downs. Boom, everyone locks in. He gets a good block. He gets 50 yards. And the Allegiant Stadium is losing its mind.
Here, gonna get to the 2nd level, and then a kick out. Go Branham, the double, and then 76. A Marion through his mind right now. But that will help wide open Mike.
Or same thing, right? This is where Kubiak is going to shine, right? Oh, my goodness. Check this out. This is where Kubiak is going to shine. I haven't looked at Kubiak's plays fully yet. I will starting this week. I'm going to start looking at his playbook, breaking it down to myself, and then I'll bring some of it to the channel. This is where Kubiak is going to shine, right? This is what? 2nd and 10. It's a pass. Could be a run, but it's a pass. Boom. Let's just pull the guy. Let's just pull the Mike Washington out of the backfield because why? He's Mike Washington. You're expecting at the very least a downhill run. Let's pull him out. Let's just see what we get. If nothing works, fine. It's still 3rd and 10. We'll go back and do another pass, but we might just be able to get a good break that we could get either 5 yards or we can get like a 50-yard slam that just makes the entire stadium go crazy.
What's going through his mind right now? But that will help wide open Mike Washington Jr. Finally shot
Yeah.
out of bounds. Taylor Green to pass.
And you can already see this because I would prefer this kind of play with Mike Washington than Genty. Why? No real reason. He's taller than Genty. That's it. That's one. The quarterback would just be able to see him better, if anything. He's taller than Genty. He's bigger. I think if he gets that ball around the corner, I think with his speed around the corner, because he does have more speed than Genty, I think he'll be able to get 5 more yards than Genty would doing the same play. That's it. That is it.
Out there, Washington hugging the sideline all the way down to the 27-yard line.
Oh, dude. Janty scored a touchdown off of this exact same play, right? Remember this play against Patriots? And it was Janty. Remember what happened? He ran, and then we got stuck here. And then all of a sudden, Janty just shot out of a cannon. It was like, whoa, where did he come from? Touchdown. Yeah, same exact play. Same exact play. Mike Washington was able to find the hole. But Janty didn't, and he got stuck like right here. And then all of a sudden, you just saw his body just pop out right into the end zone. It was incredible. I was just like, holy shit. We got a superstar. Since we don't really have a wide receiver number one, I think we might be run heavy. Hence why we pick up a vet. Yeah, we might be. I think not just might be. I think we will be. We will be in the offset. But we are hearing some pretty good stuff about Malik Benson. We are hearing some pretty good stuff about him. And today, Malik Benson was running with the first team unit. So there's some hope there. And Malik Benson is definitely an X receiver. That is either going to fail as an X receiver or not succeed in the NFL. I guess it can be a second opposite side X receiver, but if Malik Benson doesn't do X receiver, he probably won't succeed in the NFL. Because I don't think he has a shiftiness enough to be a JSN, unless he develops that type of play. But he does have the same build as a JSN. I think JSN is more, just much better as a wide receiver. But yeah, Demo agrees. Yeah, I think that's it for him. If he doesn't do it, it's that he won't succeed. Is that? But I do think he can, because my comp with him was Antonio Brown. Literally, they got drafted the same round, same pick as Antonio Brown, and it was the same thing with Antonio Brown. Really fast, really shifty in the open field, but the route running was a little bit, not quite there. And then Antonio Brown started making really good decisions with his feet, and then became a Hall of Famer. Now, will he get into the Hall of Fame? Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. I ain't got nothing to say about that. I think Beck has a chance of the drops. I think Beck. Jack Bash. You mean? When you said Beck, I was thinking you meant Carson Beck, who did pretty well this past game. Apparently, I didn't watch it, but Nation. This is how good this is for us, Nation. Football starts next weekend. Next week, football starts this coming week. There's one more play I'm looking for. That's going to show why Mike Washington did not go in the first, but rather he went in the fourth.
Washington trying to fight for it.
I haven't heard anything on Bash, which probably does mean that he does in fact have some kind of a drop issue. But I haven't heard anything from Bash other than just to see him in an interview. I think though, here's what I'm gonna say, Demo. You can give me your idea on this. I think for Bash, I think somebody like that is never going to shine in training camp. I know that sounds so weird to say. I don't think he will. I think he's going to shine in game. Why? Well, because the role that he's going to be playing is like a big slot receiver. A big slot receiver in training camp everyone will beat him. A big slot receiver in a game is a gadget player. But in one-on-ones, like who is he going up against? Cornerbacks? Well, in a real game, Jack Bash will most likely be going up against mostly linebackers and nickel backers, right? So it's a little hard to judge someone like that. I think we're gonna have to see him in game, and I think we're gonna have to see him playing a gadget role, either to divert attention away from what's actually happening, or to play the receiver role in the 12 personnel or 13 personnel, right? Because you can line up in the 13 personnel and obviously pretend like you're gonna run the ball and then just pass the ball. So I do think there's a role for him, but I do not think his role is going to be defined at training camp. There's one more play I'm looking for. Okay. This is not the play I'm looking for, but look at this play. There's a cut. There's the cut. What do you think he's trying to do here? There's a report that he's been dropping balls a lot. Shoot. I mean, you seem, yeah, creating separation. That's why I said he's better in game, because in one-on-one drills, the person knows you're going to be moving. The person knows generally where you're going to be moving, but in game, in a slot, there's a good chance he's not always going to face up against corners who are going to be in his face. So yeah, I think his style of play is going to be more visible in game, which is such a weird thing to say about somebody like, wait, he's not, he doesn't shine in camp, but he shines in game. Yeah, because in camp, he's too big. It'll be easy to cover in camp. Okay, Mike Washington is trying to do something here because he wants more yards. This is partly why he was not drafted in the first or the second, but rather in the fourth. Because what he's trying to do here didn't work. It's because his body just doesn't know how to do it. Because from here, you can do two things. You can plant your feet and cut in here, because here's your gap. He sees the gap. He knows this is not the gap. That's why his feet are doing a stopping thing. He knows the gap is not here because they're going to collapse on you. But if you have just a little bit of stop and go, just a little bit, you can stop and shoot through here and cut between these two here. He's going to try something. Or if you are big, you can do a spin move. You can see it looks like he's trying to do a spin move, right? If you do a quick enough spin move, you're gonna spin and you're going to turn. You're gonna end up right here with an open field, right? By this point, if you spin and you end up right here, this guy's momentum is gonna take him down here a bit, and this guy's momentum is gonna take him here. And if you are here, you can then cut back in and get more open field. That's what he's thinking. You can tell his body wants to do something. So this is what his body chooses to do. Hey, he just wasn't quick enough. The spin wasn't fast enough. The stop wasn't quick enough. It was just all momentum. It was just pure momentum that just took him straight to the defender. Right here. You got your space. This is it. Boom. There's your cut. There's the cut. It's almost like his body froze mid-spin. Like, his body just, I can't do that. I can't do that move. I would have put up a Genty spin just so you guys kind of see why Genty can do it better. One, Genty's shorter, so his center of gravity, like we've been saying, is better. So Genty can hit that. I think in ballet it's called a pirouette, like a spin. I think Genty can do that much better because he just has better center of gravity. Mike Washington doesn't, so he can't really do something like that. Ooh, like even his jump is like, no. Your body doesn't really want to do that either. Oh man, get down. This is a truck. You should truck this person, but jump truck, it's fine. Yeah, but you see his body just doesn't really want to do it. Yeah, like his body is very grounded. Your body doesn't want you to do anything weird. I want one cut and go. This is not a clean jump because his body doesn't want to jump that high. No, I don't want to do that. And he's gonna hurt his knees doing that. So there you go. This is more what his body wants to do. He tried to do something else, and he's like, no, let me just go downhill right here. No, just go downhill. Boom, just get 10 more yards. That's it. This is it. This is gonna be his bread and butter right here. Forget everything else, because the outside stuff is gonna either get you short yardage or it's gonna get you something big. This is gonna be the bread and butter when you come from the inside and you break it outside. This is gonna be the bread and butter. Good. You see it? You already got the first down, right? See what I'm saying? It's 3rd and 2. We got the first down already. Why did we put him in at 3rd and 2 and make him go inside? Because his body is so big, if he just leans forward, and just lean against a lineman, the momentum will carry you right over the line. 3rd and 2, right? Boom. Got the first. But hey, is it 4th down? I haven't looked. Okay, it's only 1st down. When it's 4th down, and the defense is tired, that's when this starts to happen. It's 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and 2. And we have a massive breakaway. And now, guess what happens? 2 people try to take him down, right? He's going to carry him another 10 yards. Maybe 5. Another 5 yards. Boom. That's it right there. And then you bring in Genty again. Because guess what? Mike Washington can do that, but so can Genty. If you follow this up and bring in Genty, now they're thinking Genty. Genty's going to try and do the same thing. Maybe Genty. That's how the mind games begin. We're almost done watching this one here. Another one, 2nd and 2. This was a little bit trickier because this was more just sort of like a lucky break. This is one of those run inside because of 2nd and 2. Just slam your body straight down and get us 2 yards, but the defense knows it's coming. So what are they going to do? They're going to slam the inside as well. So then what is the option for the running back at that point? Break it outside, right? Mike Washington is very good at that because remember, he needs 1 cut. If he gets 1 cut, that momentum he has enough speed to get that momentum to get him 2 yards. So you can already see, boom, he's stuck. We're stuck. Nowhere to go. This guy's getting he's getting his stuff stuffed right in. Yeah, this guy here is getting his breakfast eaten right up. He's gonna shove you right into the running back right there. This dude he's trying to take this 2 out on a date. They can't figure out who's gonna date whom. Who's giving it up on the first date? They don't know. They're trying to figure that out. And Mike Washington says, okay, I'm stuck. What do I do now? Okay, I got speed, right? You saw what he did? He did it right away. Because he still could have gotten 2 yards, but he knows, okay, no, I got speed. Let me break it outside. Don't take a chance. I got speed. Just break it outside. Boom. Okay. 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. We're going to see a lot of that for Mike Washington. That's going to be really good for him. Genty is not as good at that kind of stuff. Why? Because Genty doesn't have good enough breakaway speed. Genty doesn't run a 4.3. So Genty's not going to do that kind of stuff. But here's why Genty is a first-round pick and Mike Washington is not. Because at this point, Genty is not going to break it outside. He's going to keep going. He's going to slow down a bit and kind of wait to see what happens here. Because Genty has really good side-to-side movement. So all Genty is going to do is just slow down a bit here and see if this guy is going to win this battle or see what this guy is going to do. If this person here blocks this person, then you can cut it in. Right? So Genty knows that he doesn't have the 4.3 speed, so he's not going to break it outside real quickly. He's going to be patient and kind of look what the holes are. You got to go, brother. All right, my man. Just subscribe. Thank you so much. I should be back again tomorrow, but don't worry. You'll see me a lot, even if you don't see me tomorrow. Even if I'm not there, I will release a video. I release a video every single day. So this is why Genty is a is good enough to be a first overall pick. This is why Genty is generational. He's not going to cut it outside. He's going to be patient because if Mike Washington keeps going, you get the 2 yards. Right? If you're patient enough, you already got the 2. The setup is that you already got the 2. At the very least, dive forward and you got the 2. Be a little bit more patient and kind of see what happens here because if you can get out of this, this is open field for you right here. This is the difference between first round running back pick and 4th. Still a good play. But Genty would have slowed down a bit and just kind of dance around in here and try to get 2 yards because that's all he needs. But he wants a little bit more, and he knows it's open field if he can get through all that traffic. Right? That's why Genty's good. He's good at getting out of the traffic. He's good at seeing the road where the cars are coming from, who's going to try and, blindside you, who's going to try and do this on that side, what roadside worker is about to trip, and fall onto the road. He can see all that stuff. He calculates all of that stuff really quickly to find the right hole. That's why Gentry's a 5th overall pick. That's it. But this is a really good play. Really good play. Secondly, part of the reason why Gentry isn't going to get injured very much and why he didn't get injured at Ohio State, is that Boise State very much, is because he's also not going full speed all the time. He's looking for holes, which means he is slowing down, pacing himself to kind of see where the holes are. So when he gets hit, he doesn't look like. It did happen a couple times last year when he got really bad throws or when the offensive line just fed him straight to the wolves. That did happen. Yeah. From another angle, now you see it. The holes here. Gentry is going to be here. This is where Gentry is going to be. He's not going to bounce it out. He's going to be right here. Yeah, see that? You see that? You see it now? From that angle, right, it was a good play. But from this angle, you're like, oh, no. Yeah, no. Right here. It's right there. It's right there. Right there. This guy's going to block this guy. Don't worry about that. This guy's not going to catch up. It's just going to be you and this guy. Boom. Yeah, but instead of cut it outside. And this is going to end up being holding right here. So that actually lets hold it. And this is not on the lineman. This is on the running back. Why? Because the lineman doesn't know the running back is here. All the lineman knows is that this guy's turning around and he got cut in the position where all he can do is kind of wrap his arms around the guy. So it's because he saw the running back cutting in that side and he tried to cut it that side, and that's going to lead to a holding. If he would have kept going forward, this guy would have kept moving sideways and this would not have been a holding. See that? That's holding. See? Yeah. Nope. That's a running back's fault. That is the running back's fault. This holding is a running back's fault. And there it is. Did you see it? If anyone's still watching, tell me you saw it. Everything looks good from one angle, and then on the angle, you're just like, oh, nope, never mind. Hold in. Wait for it. Boom. There's a flag. Right there. There's the little birdie. It's flying right through. So, yeah. This one also feels like you should just lower your body and just. Okay, he did lower his body, but. Okay. Anticipation is a weakness for him. It's anticipation. Because I'm like, what? No, why are you worried about this dude? Lower yourself and go. He wants to. He just did it too late. Yeah, he just did it too late. Okay. I think this is a play. There it is. He wants to. Yeah. Nice try, though. So here is the change of direction, right? There's the problem here. Because he saw the cut. Anticipation. Oh, man. Anticipation, man. Anticipation. He's a good running back, but if the anticipation gets better, he will get a lot more breaks. Because, again, it's like, okay, that's good. That's blocked right here. Yeah, right here. This is it. You got to take your next move right now. Right now. This is 5 yards. Your next move needs to come now. You got to get somewhere here to show your next move. Yeah, I just ran a little bit too much. This is the point where even if you slow down a bit, just to kind of read, even if you slow down here, just like slow down, you'll still get enough yards. Yeah. Anticipation. And then he tried again to do some kind of move. But I don't think his body just wants to do that type of lateral movement. So he just backed away from it. Okay. Good runs, though. Good runs. Good runs. Ooh, that was a good cut. That's a good cut. But it's not genty. It's not genty, but it's good. He's a big boy. Oh, I like him. He's big. He's a big boy. So his body's not as shifty. But he's got some potential. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna get ready to start calling it a night. Tucker Hemingway's work with the weights this summer is reflecting. Yeah, this is something I wanted to read up on. Because those who know my channel knows that Tucker Hemingway is my pick to be the breakout star for the Raiders this year. And part of the reason is because of his size and because I said it before, second and third years when players start breaking out, because after 2 years in the NFL, their muscles get more refined, their body gets more refined, they get better trainers, better exercising, better fluid management. Their body's just much more physically fit. So which means Tucker Hemingway this year should be a lot stronger than next year. Already at 285. I'll just keep it real. He is still my player to break out. And here is the reasons why. Tucker Hemingway chose not to spend the summer in Conway, South Carolina, bypassing a few months back home to train. Okay, so he stayed back. Okay, he's got that Maxx Crosby juice. He's got that Crosby juice. He's drinking it. He's drinking that Crosby Kool-Aid. That I can be the best Kool-Aid, the one Crosby drinks every day, the one that I drink every morning and when I wake up and every night when I go to bed. That Kool-Aid. We drinking it. We hope you appreciate our content. What? Already? You already asking us for content? Something? Oh, man. You guys. All right. I thought this was something. This is trash. Okay. And lastly, there was a... Oh, no. We'll talk about this later. That's for another time. I'm going to clean the show up here while I say goodbye to those still watching. Every story recovered, we're going to remove. Yeet. Yeet. Whoop, whoop. Okay, we already covered that as well. Oh, let's see what our boy Q was saying to D Potter.
Here was second-year defensive back Darian Porter, and DP, we saw you get an interception today off a tip drill. What does that feel like when the ball is floating in the air like that and you have a chance to make a play like you did?
I like D Porter, man. I guarantee you this is somebody that I would be friends with in real life. Just the way he's dressed, I'm just like, that's my kind of dude.
So you just got to go get it. That's a big focal point of our defense is that, when the ball is in the air, it's ours. You got to attack it like it's ours, treat it like it's ours. So when you have those opportunities, no matter how they come up, you got to make the most of them.
What goes into that, though? What's the skill set that goes into kind of see ball, get ball, and being able to do that consistently?
I think it's really a mindset, obviously you have to be a good hand-eye coordination, got to be able to catch the ball, but, the mindset is, like you said, you see ball, you get ball, and that can come in the form of interceptions, stripping the ball out, punching the ball out, but we got to be disruptive as defenders, so that's always the mindset.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him. He's getting a lot of competition from some good dudes, but yeah, we'll see what happens with him. We're going to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. We got some other stuff we got to get done tonight, but we should be back again tomorrow. Definitely with content, but the content should be streaming and probably, no afternoon stream tomorrow. Got family stuff, but there should be evening stream tomorrow. Vente, I know you're gone already, but thank you for being here. Yo, my boy Demo Keys, thanks for being here. We will see you guys again soon. Go Raiders.